You probably learned that plants are passive. They grow, they sit still, and they quietly endure whatever the environment throws at them. That idea feels comfortable. It is also wrong. Over the last few decades, scientists have uncovered a hidden electrical world inside plants. Beneath the surface of leaves and stems is a network of biological circuitry where plants are not just surviving, they are processing information. Charged particles constantly move across cell membranes, generating electrical signals that obey the same physical laws as nerve impulses in your own brain. Plants do not have neurons, but they still use electricity. They even use glutamate, the same chemical your brain uses for learning and memory, to trigger fast calcium waves that carry information across their bodies. The reason we did not notice this for most of human history is speed. In most plants, these signals move so slowly they disappear beneath our perception. But in a few species, evolution pushed the system fast enough that the internal activity becomes visible. And once that happens, plants stop looking passive. They start behaving in ways that feel uncomfortably familiar. When a caterpillar bites a tomato leaf, the damage does not stay local. Within seconds, an electrical wave spreads through the entire plant, warning and touch leaves to prepare chemical defenses. Even stranger, plants can tell how they are being attacked. Chewing produces one electrical pattern, cutting or heat stress produces another. Within minutes, those signals flip genetic switches, activating toxin production in leaves the insect has not even reached yet. So what does this system look like when it becomes fast enough to watch? Take Mimosa pudica, commonly known as the sensitive plant or touch-me-not. Touch its leaves and they fold instantly. It looks like a reflex, but there are no muscles involved. What is happening is closer to a pressure valve being released. Touch opens stretch-sensitive ion channels. Calcium rushes in, and an electrical signal races to a swollen hinge at the base of the leaf called the pulvinus. Motor cells dump potassium ions in water. Pressure collapses, and the leaf falls. The plant does not pull the leaf closed. It shuts off the pressure holding it open, like deflating one side of a hydraulic joint. Resetting is slow and expensive. To reopen, the plant must actively pump ions back into its cells using ATP. Water follows slowly, rebuilding pressure over 20 to 30 minutes. Because this reset costs so much energy, the plant learns. Repeated harmless stimulation causes the movement to stop. Even though the electrical signal still fires, the plant remembers that the stimulus is not worth reacting to. Now consider Codarioclix motorius, commonly called the telegraph plant or dancing plant. This plant does not wait for touch at all. Its leaflets move continuously, day and night. As if it cannot sit still, inside its motor cells, hydrogen pumps push protons out, creating a strong electrical gradient. That gradient forces potassium ions to slosh back and forth in rhythmic waves. Water follows the salt, causing one side of the leaf hinge to swell while the other shrinks. The result is a smooth, looping motion, less like a reflex and more like a pendulum that never stops swinging. The movement continues even in complete darkness. The plant is not reacting to the world, it is running on its own internal engine. Then there is Biophytum sensitivum, often called the little tree plant or sensitive tree. It looks like a miniature palm tree and uses the same hydraulic system as the sensitive plant, but with a catch. Because it is small, movement is expensive. Resetting costs water, sugar, and time. So this plant does not respond automatically. When resources are abundant, a small electrical signal is enough to trigger movement. But under drought or low energy conditions, the plant chemically stiffens its ion channels. It still senses your touch. The signal still arrives. But now the signal is not strong enough to open the gate. If the energy cost of resetting the leaf is higher than what the plant can afford, the response is blocked. The leaf stays open not because the plant failed to react, but because reacting would be a bad investment. It is less like a reflex and more like declining a purchase you cannot afford. Next is Oxalis triangularis, commonly known as the purple shamrock or false shamrock. This plant does not wait for nightfall. It folds its leaves before the sun sets. Inside every cell is a molecular clock made of proteins that slowly build up during the day and break down at night. This clock keeps time internally. Even in constant light, as the clock reaches a critical phase, it signals the leaves to begin folding in advance. By anticipating darkness, the plant reduces heat loss, prevents dew from collecting, and times its chemical defenses to peak exactly when nocturnal insects begin feeding. It does not live in the present moment, it lives slightly ahead of it. And finally, there is the most extreme case. The Venus flytrap, one of the most famous carnivorous plants in the world. It does not snap shut because it is touched. It snaps shut because the numbers add up. Inside the trap are tiny trigger hairs. One touch does nothing. Each touch generates a brief electrical signal driven by calcium ions. A second touch must occur within about 20 seconds. That is not coincidence. That is counting. Only when the second signal arrives in time does the trap close. The leaves are already loaded like springs. A small pressure shift pushes the structure past a mechanical tipping point, and the trap snaps shut in under 1/10 of a second. But the counting does not stop there. After the trap closes, each struggle from the insect sends another electrical pulse. The plant keeps track. Only after several movements does it commit to digestion, pumping protons to lower the internal pH and activate enzymes. Resetting is brutal. If the trap snaps on nothing, reopening can take a full day. Each trap can only reset a limited number of times before it dies. The plant never knows what it caught. It only knows the count was high enough. Across all these plants, the pattern is impossible to ignore. They wait, integrate signals, suppress false alarms, track time, and act only when the conditions are right. No neurons, no brain, just chemistry, physics, and evolution doing exactly what they are capable of. The difference between a plant and an animal is not thought, it is tempo. Slow enough, and intelligence looks like stillness. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.